Hello students. Today we want to discuss about ORCID ID. ORCID stands for Open Researcher and Contributor Identifier. As every human being's thumbprint is unique and following the same pattern, DOI Digital Object Identifier has been introduced for a unique research paper, and every research paper has different DOI, and books have also their specific ISSBN number. In the same way, scholars have also been specified that they should have a unique ORCID ID so that one person can be differentiated by another person. For instance, two persons have the same name and they are working in the same academic domain, and if we want to differentiate about them, this ORCID ID will help us to understand that scholar's unique identity. First of all, why should I make my account on ORCID ID? First of all, it is free. You can make this account free of cost. Secondly, this is a unique ID for a researcher. Every person is unique. You have more time for research and less time for management. When we write a research paper and we send to the journal wants to know about our academic background, our academic prestige. So, if we send our CV to every journal, it would be very difficult for that journal, and every CV would be in different format. That's why ORCID has been established that it should be unique, and journals, funding agencies, and even job uh, providing or recruiting agencies or universities can easily see a person's profile. It has international visibility. It gives a person a unique visibility and ubiquitous visibility in all world. It also reduces admin burden if you are an editor, and if you just see an ORCID of any person, you can find out that person's worth or that person's work. This is portable profile data, education, employment, and research work. In this ID, we can find our personal information, education, email, employment, history, and research work. And more than 2.5 million scholars have chosen this ORCID. So why not you? You should also make an account in ORCID. Open Researcher and Contributor Identifier. First of all, you will register yourself, then you will use your ORCID in your CV, in any funding application, in your job search, and you should share your ORCID through different platforms. Uh, this is a 16-digit ORCID, and this is the link that how to register it. I show you, first of all, I show you my own profile. For example, you can see here, this is my ORCID. Look at, you can see here my name and my biography, my employment history, and then education and qualification, afterwards invited positions or distinctions, membership and services. If a person has won some funding, the person can mention here, and work history. Work mean research work, and all information can be provided here. So in this way your profile will look like. On the left side, your ORCID, your emails, your social media accounts and your keywords, your domains, and your country will be mentioned. Now come to the demo, that how can you make your ORCID. Uh, okay, here you will write your first name, then last name, then primary email, then confirm primary email, your additional email, and then select. In this way, you will keep on filling these forms, and you will provide all information about your job, about your research work, your papers, and other information. So in the end, they will send you activation link, and you would be able to use this ORCID. And you should use this ORCID in your CV and in your research papers while you are sending. This is an international introduction to your work as well as to your uh, introduction. So instead of giving all information, you will share only your ORCID. I will also share here that Sirius data. Sirius mean the brightest star, and I have established an organization, Sirius Data. This organization provides training on linguistics, academia, TEFL, technology, and research. We provide training to different individuals, and we also provide one-to-one tutoring, and some editing, proofreading work is also given, and some services regarding English Urdu translation is also provided. Thank you so much. Best wishes. Feel free to ask any question.